Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, ultimately, we have to walk on our own, especially in the spiritual journey. Yes, in the beginning, we are, traveling everywhere to, get the guidance on how to be part of the journey, you know. And while we're traveling, we are gathering information, gathering credential, gathering experience, and all those basically still an idea, sits in us as an idea, as a perception, as an assumption, and that's that, you know, and truth itself is not an idea. And to see the plain sight truth, all ideas gotta go. We gotta step back from all the ideas. We have to get rid of them to see the truth, to anchor in truth. So, and there is not much, stuff to have as a reference for the path. There are only few indicators, as a signpost to be part of the journey. So in the spiritual itself, in the spiritual realm, right, in the spiritual market, there are lots of definition, a lot of meanings, upgraded meanings for the spiritual journey. No matter how upgraded those meanings are, they gotta go. Yes, for the ego self, those meanings, somewhat inspires, you know, that itself is comes as a ego strengthening journey rather than ego annihilating journey. So we need to understand what's the real journey is. If you are being part of the spiritual practice, the spiritual journey, what's the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey? Where are we heading with this path? So asking some important question help us to you know realign ourselves to be on the track again, so we are not getting distracted by the byproduct of the truth. And basically, what we getting in the world, in the spiritual sense, is the byproduct. The colorings of the spirituality, and all minds out there speaks out in their own experience. But again, no matter how beautifully the truth is spoken out as a reference, and if the reference is missing out the simplicity of the truth as a reference and the journey, then that beautification itself is distracting, distracting you as a seeker. And pretty much that's what's happening. So sometimes it's good to pause and, take a moment to reflect, what am I doing, in my path? So that helps. Anyway, again, world is full of references on the spiritual journey, and there are, you know, correct pointers, signposts that we can get from the world. And also there are a lot of signposts that will simply, distract us to be part of the experience, be part of the world, which doesn't help us to get to see what is true in us, true in you. So ultimately we have to, do our part, that means stepping back from the world, and really engaging in taking out the layers from the mind so that we can see what is present when there is no more mind is left. So, this is just the, reminder again, a friendly reminder that, journey is simple. We gotta be part of our own journey. The reference out there is, the reference we need is also simple. So just need to come to the point that, am I enough of the credential, reference, the meaning, and come to the point that, will I start my real journey of deconstructing the mind, or, or do I still want to be part of the world and create that halt in my practice, And basically the ego self loves to be part of the world, because the ego self itself want to be part of the spirituality and coming out, oh, look, I'm so spiritual, look, I'm doing a spiritual work. But that itself is a denial of the process. The ego self loves to be part of the spirituality, but it only goes to a certain extent of the spiritual path. The ego self doesn't like to dissolve the ego, and this is where, there is a stagnation in the practice. This is where the ego self fear to dissolve itself, because the real journey is about dissolving the ego. Dissolving the ego means dissolving the mind, and the extension of the mind, which is the, attachment and fear. So anyway, hope this video makes sense to you. Definitely, if it makes sense. But thing is that, are we enough with the world or not? So that's that in this video. Okay, hope this video makes sense. Hope you're enjoying the backward journey. I know sometimes we get stuck in the backward journey, and that's fine. And when you get stuck, you can still work on what is making you get stuck, and that way you can unstuck yourself, and to continue going backward. Okay, keep going. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.